The late 90s and early 2000s saw the meteoric rise of MMOs. Popular titles like RuneScape, World of Warcraft, and EverQuest garnered millions of players worldwide. While many of the early MMOs appealed to an older demographic of players, some developers saw an opportunity to create MMOs aimed at a younger player base. Among the earliest MMOs created with this younger demographic in mind was ToonTown Online. ToonTown Online was developed by Disney Interactive and Shell Games and published by the Walt Disney Company. The game amassed an impressive and dedicated community over the following decade until it was unexpectedly shut down in 2013. This is the tragic tale of ToonTown Online. ToonTown Online was officially launched on June 2, 2003. In order to market the game, several memorable commercials aired across various children's channels. Players could play a restricted version of the game for free, or they could purchase a membership to the game that would grant access to exclusive perks and features. Prepaid membership cards were available at local retailers, or players could purchase an installable CD-ROM that included 2 months of membership. Some of the benefits of owning a membership included access to all the areas within the game, ability to purchase in-game items, and exclusive activities. Upon entering the game, players could create their very own toon. First, players would select the gender of their toon, followed by the toon species from the 9 available. The available species included the choice between a cat, dog, duck, mouse, pig, rabbit, bear, horse, or monkey. The monkey, horse, and bear were exclusive to players with memberships. Players would then select a body style, color, and clothing before finally naming their toon. The world of ToonTown is divided into several different areas referred to as playgrounds, named after various Disney characters. Each playground is separated by various streets that include different buildings and activities. While traveling in between playgrounds, players will encounter cogs. Cogs are the main antagonists in the game and appear as different types of robots in business suits. The cogs' ultimate goal is to turn ToonTown into a colorless corporate wasteland. I guess Disney didn't see the irony. There are 4 corporate ladders of cogs that each include a hierarchy all the way up to the bosses of each. The 4 corporate ladders are boss bots, law bots, cash bots, and sell bots. Any building that has been taken over by the cogs are referred to as cog buildings. In order to revert them back into toon buildings, players must successfully defeat all the cogs inside. To engage in battle with a cog, players must use gags to attack. There are a variety of different gags players can use in the game, including squirt guns and pies. Players unlock the ability to use new gags as they level up and complete challenges throughout the game. Gags can be purchased at Goofy's Gag Shop using the in-game currency of jelly beans. The combat in the game is turn-based and can feature multiple players at once. As cogs are damaged in battle, the light on their chest changes to reflect their remaining health. Once defeated, cogs explode and the player receives some laugh points, which are essentially experience points. In addition to fighting the cogs, players could participate in a number of mini-games to earn jelly beans and other rewards. In order to play one of the mini-games, players would board one of the trolleys found in any of the available playgrounds. The mini-games included mini-golf, tag, a memory game, tug-of-war, and many more. To progress through the game, players can complete toon tasks offered by various NPCs. The tasks often consisted of objectives like defeating cogs, delivering items to shopkeepers, or even going fishing. There were also toon tasks labeled just for fun that are not required to complete the game, but instead offered rewards like jelly beans, clothing tickets, and more. ToonTown experienced consistent growth during the first few years it was online. With regular updates and a budding community of players, ToonTown became one of the first successful family-friendly MMOs. The developers continually added new content to the game during this time, including several new areas like Donald's Dock, Minnie's Melody Land, and Goofy's Speedway, along with various new gags and toon tasks. ToonTown was also known for hosting special seasonal in-game events and contests. Many of them revolved around notable holidays like Christmas, Halloween, and Easter. The inclusion of these in-game events encouraged player engagement and led players to creating forums to discuss upcoming events and updates. The years of 2006 to 2009 are often cited as ToonTown's peak. During this time, ToonTown reached its highest number of registered players, with some estimates reporting over 5 million registered players. As the player base continued to grow, several important updates provided major storyline events that added additional content to the game. One of the most important updates included the Cog Nation War storyline, which revolved around the Cogs preparing to launch a massive attack to take over the entirety of ToonTown once and for all. The event introduced raid battles against the heads of the different Cog corporations. In addition to the boss raids, Cogs appeared in greater numbers throughout Toon Central and other major districts of ToonTown. Players would have to organize and strategize together in order to bring down the waves of Cogs. Around the same time, in 2007, ToonTown was expanded with more toon tasks and minigames added to the game. The following year in 2008, new areas like the Factory and Cashbot HQ were added, which introduced new cogs like Lawbots, Cashbots, and Bossbots. This update added new challenges and gave players new content to explore. While the game had experienced substantial growth from 2006 to 2009, it gradually began to decrease in popularity over the coming years. While reflecting back on what could have contributed to this decline, there are a few key factors to consider. One of the biggest contributing factors to the decline was the rise in competition of other MMOs like Club Penguin, RuneScape, Wizard 101, and more. Similar to ToonTown, these other titles began to rapidly grow in popularity throughout the 2000s. Club Penguin specifically became a massive competitor to ToonTown since they both had the same player demographics. Disney took note of the rapid growth Club Penguin had been experiencing and ended up purchasing it in 2007 for an alleged $350 million. During this time, Disney began to reduce the frequency of updates and special events within the game in order to focus more time and energy in Club Penguin. This decision had a detrimental effect on ToonTown. With the decrease in updates, players were left without any new challenges or new areas to explore. Many players began to transition to other titles after it was clear that Disney was shifting their time and resources into Club Penguin. These factors, coupled with the aging player base, led to a massive decrease in players over the following years, eventually resulting in ToonTown's untimely demise. On June 9, 2013, Disney officially announced that the game would be shutting down on September 19th of the same year. The announcement left many longtime players devastated after they had spent nearly a decade building up their account. After the announcement, every player received a membership for the remainder of the game's life. The game also still offered seasonal and special in-game events leading up to its termination. On September 19th, 2013, ToonTown officially shut down. All paid memberships were canceled, and players could no longer create new accounts. ToonTown's website was also redirected to Disney.com. This officially marked the end of ToonTown after a decade of being online. Fortunately, the wacky world of ToonTown wouldn't be gone for long. Following the shutdown of ToonTown Online, several dedicated fan communities began working on revival projects. While there were several revival projects launched, by far the most popular of them was ToonTown Rewritten. A small team of developers began working on the project shortly after the shutdown, and the alpha version of the game was released a month later in October of 2013. After several rounds of testing and an open beta in 2014, it wasn't until September 1st, 2017 that the game was officially released to the public. ToonTown Rewritten is still active today and receives regular updates. The best part is that the game is entirely free to play without any subscriptions or paid advertisements. According to online reports, the game has an estimated daily player count of about 2,000 to 6,000, with a total player base of about 2 million. ToonTown Rewritten has allowed players to continue exploring the world of Toontown and remains a testament to the hard work and dedication of a skilled community of players that refuse to let their favorite game fade into obscurity. Toontown continues to rank among the most popular and beloved MMOs of the early 2000s. As one of the first family-friendly MMOs, the game cultivated a diverse community of players. Many of the early players, including myself, still feel a sense of nostalgia when reflecting on the game. While the game was beloved by players, it was also highly regarded by critics, receiving several notable awards over the years, including several Webby Awards and MMORPG of the Year by Computer Gaming World. While the original game may no longer exist, ToonTown Online will forever live on through the various revival projects available to play anytime players want to relive their nostalgia. I'll see you there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to my channel for more videos coming out soon. Please leave any suggestions for future videos in the comment section down below. See you next time.